The Holy Spirit will come to you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. So the Holy One to be born will be called the Son of God. That's Luke, the 1st chapter and 31st. Holla, 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 holla at me. What? Holla at me. Yes, holla at your girl. It's your girl holiday season. I'm back with another story time. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribing and clicking the post notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post. Anyway, y'all, this story time is going to be about a story time effed up. Everybody had me effed up in this story time. So basically, y'all, let me tell y'all. The person that we're going to be talking about, this is a new person. We're going to be talking about, we're going to name him Terrio, because y'all remember that, go Terrio, go Terrio. He look exactly like him, and he know he look exactly like him. So that's what we're going to call him, right? So basically, Terrio, like, I had been knowing, like, Terrio for a long time, but at this point, it was like, I had started, like, pulling up on him after the fact that, like, I had gotten older and started driving or whatever, right? But we always seen each other throughout school or whatever, right? So this one day I was hanging out with Skunk as well, right? So this day Skunk always had a move, but I was just kind of like, I gotta move today, you know, whatever. Like, it's gonna probably be a long ride, but we used to love long rides. I don't know, all my friends used to just love rides or whatever, right? I'm like, okay, we could just pick a place to go, and I'm gonna pick a place to go or whatever, and that's gonna be fine or whatever, right? So she was just like, okay, cool. I was like, we're gonna go see Terrio. She was like, who? I was like, Terrio. Like, this is the person that I kind of had like a crush on. Like, throughout high school, I could kind of say, safe to say, it was like throughout high school, the crush kind of happened, and it just kind of like ran out, and then he'll come back, and then it was just like back and forth, right? Yeah, so anyway, so she was just like, okay, when we gonna go? I was like, I'm trying to talk low because my daddy would hear me on the phone. So I was like, we gonna go ahead such time, but you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So at that time, my daddy was like, hey, come here. So I'm like, I'd be scared because I was like, did he hear me say that I was gonna go out or whatever, right? I was just kind of like nervous or whatever. So I came in there and he was just like, yo, what you about to do today? I was like, nothing much. Why, what's up? He was like, go to the store and get me this. And that, I used to hate when I did it. Like, when I'm trying to go somewhere, don't ask me to do nothing. I'm off, like, don't do that. Like, and I was off this day too. Don't ask me to do nothing else, right? He was like, yeah, just go do that. He was like, and you know what? I'm gonna give you some money, but get me something too, right? So I'm like, Bud trying to slide there. I'm gonna give you money to go get it too. Like, I'm trying to go sneak off and do something. Anyway, yeah, so I end up getting him whatever he needed, right? And so the whole time, Terrio hitting my phone up like crazy. Like, when you coming? What time you coming? Let me know what time you coming. Hey, don't be annoying me. Da-da-da-da. Terrio would be like, he was cool, but sometimes it was just like, oh, you kind of change in front of your friends. Anyway, so, yeah, so anyway, I get him his stuff. He come back or whatever. And I was like, Dad, I'm about to go somewhere for him. He was like, where you about to go? I'm like, up the road to Augusta or something, you know, like. And then they used to hate, like, my Aiken family used to hate when we used to do that. It was like, y'all just ride up the road like it's just nothing. We'll be like, it's only like 45 minutes. They're like, only 45 minutes? Anyway, like, where y'all want us to go? Like, it ain't nothing in Aiken. Y'all been in Aiken Mall? Shit don't happen in there. Anyway, try Statesboro Mall. Anyway, so basically, I was just like, okay, like, I'm ready to go, whatever. I'm lying to him. I'm telling him I'll see him later. He was like, all right, be back here by this time. He was like, where you going? You staying with your mama tonight? Are you doing this tonight? He always want to know my itinerary. Don't try to know my itinerary, sir. I might be staying with my boo tonight. Anyway, so yeah, so I end up going. I'm like, yes, I'm gone, whatever. My dad let me keep the change, our little $50 bill. I'm like, I'm ready to go, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hitting up Skunk. I'm like, girl, I'm on the way to you. You got your stuff ready? She's like, girl, I've been ready. That's why I used to love about some of my friends, like, being ready. When I say let's go, Skunk was like, yes, I'm ready. So anyway, we end up getting Clearwater. I don't care now, I'm saying city. We get Clearwater. I'm like, okay, girl, I'm here at your house or whatever. And y'all, she had a brother, right? The brother used to have, like, I guess it was a little crush, or he probably just wanted to fuck. Anyway, that was all it was. Anyway, so we up there talking. He was like, man, where's y'all about to go? Y'all always going somewhere. And let me tell you, everybody used to pick on my car, right? They was like, y'all be damn sliding in this bitch. Anyway, I'm like, okay, you just mad because you ain't going nowhere. You just jealous. You gonna be sitting at the house and you ain't gonna have nothing to do. He was like, okay, it don't matter. One day I'm gonna get in this bitch and I'm gonna go and see what y'all be doing. I was like, no, you're not. And then so she was like, Skunk Cone was like, let's just say the brother name was Zay. She was like, Zay, go on and sit down. Nobody ain't messing with you. He was just like, but yeah, when you gonna stop playing with me? I'm like, I'm laughing because the brother wasn't an ugly person, but it was just like too street for me. And at this time too, I think I had stopped messing with B. Y'all remember B? And B was so heavy gang related, and so was Zay. Zay was very gang related, and it was like rivalry. He was like, yeah, you be liking them blood niggas. This is so funny because it was, oh my God. Y'all, don't let me get into that series about the blood nigga. It was just too much, y'all. Like, it was, every day was just like, I'm sorry. Anyway, so it was just like, I just was just chilling or whatever, right? Off of that, because I'm like, don't get too much on that conversation because you're not finna say I gave you the right to sex somebody else. I always try to keep like that like separate from B or whatever, but I always used to play and joke with the little Crips too. Anyway, just playing. It's funny. Anyway, let me stop. Off that, onto something else. Anyway, so she get in the car. She was like, dang, my brother's so aggravating. Like, dang, how long you been out here? I was like, the whole time we just waiting on you. But it was like a good 7 minutes or whatever, right? So we ended up heading there. She was like, yes, girl, please, let's stop by the gas station. You could always tell when Skunk B done got some money or something because she be like, let's stop here, let's stop here. I'm like, dang, she must have got her check or something. It must be good. She must have put in overtime this week because when I tell you, you never used to want to stop nowhere. She was like, yeah, so how long we gonna be here, you think? I was like, the whole day. She was like, okay, that's fine. Like, I ain't got nothing else to do, y'all. We riding on the road. All I know is we hit a bump. We, boom. And then she was, at this point, all my friends knew that that's what happened. Like, the radio go out. And she was like, oh, it's not. They go to the radio. She was like, that's why I bought my speaker. Y'all, why this girl put a speaker out her purse and we playing the music from the speaker in the car? Oh my God, the ghetto. Woo! Ah, the ghetto! Anyway, so it was just like, we listened to the music on her speaker. We just, at this time, it was, it was some type of song that was popular at this time. And it came out around, like, it was very popular around Halloween. It was, that girl is a real crowd pleaser. That. Yes, that song was very popular. So we listened to that and we just like, Bad Beatles in the city, we back immediately, or something like that. Like, we just turned up or whatever, right? Then we got up to this spot where the police always sit right before you cross to North Augusta and all of this, right? And you finna go da 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 da. So yeah, so I'm like, oh Lord, we gotta act like we in there. There's something about this car. This car was like the police magnet. Like, I don't know if they thought like drug dealer. Yeah, that's me. They probably thought that was me, but it wasn't me. I'm safe. I ain't got no drugs. Be about to have a heart attack when I get pulled over. Anyway, police got behind me today. I say, please. My stuff's straight, but I just feel like I was seen guilty because I be so nervous. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. So I'm like, I said, turn the music down. She's like, why you always trying to turn the music down? She's like, you be acting like you did something. I be like, I don't know. I just have so much respect for the cops. And I noticed people don't respect the cops anymore. What happened? I mean, I get it, all this stuff, but I don't get it. Because, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, keep going. So we finally get like very close to where we're going or whatever. She kind of was dozing off or whatever. And when we got to the gas station, she asked for, I ain't even gonna mention that yet. I'm gonna mention that later, right? So then, y'all, so I forgot to mention this part, so y'all just gonna get in the voiceover. So basically, she just kept asking me over and over. She was just like, oh yeah, let's go to the gas station, I gotta get this, right? So I was like, what do you have to get or whatever, right? So she kind of was being a little private, but it's kind of like, once you get in the car, I'm gonna see what you had. So she was like, I'm trying to get this certain liquor. I was like, girl, you don't even drink that, right? So she was like, I'm finna get Ciroc. And then at this time, I was just feeling like, you don't drink that. And I was like, plus, how we gonna get it? I was like, we not even old enough to be drinking, like, to buy it.
She was just like, I'm gonna just ask somebody when we get to the store. I'm gonna ask somebody when we get to the store, right? So I'm like, you going hard over this, but y'all gonna see why.
We kind of blew close, so now I'm texting back Terrio. I'm like, Terrio, we probably like 5 minutes away. He was like, okay, cool, like, you know, just pull up or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And so he was like, who you got with you? So I was like, I lied because, yeah, so I was going to tell him that I was going to bring Suki. And so I told him that I brought Suki. He was like, don't bring that hoe to my house. So, so I'm like, what? I was like, why would you say that? He was like, oh, nobody, like, don't play with me. Like, don't bring her to my house. So I'm like, okay, I lied. I got such and such. He was like, okay, yeah, she cool or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever, right?
Keep in mind, he never met her.
Don't be calling my friend that or whatever, right? Even if she is, like I said, the whores used to have the most fun. I'm just telling you, like, if everybody had that one whore best friend, not best friend, but like friend, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not a friend group without that person. Anyway, so just keep away from your man. Anyway. So yeah, so we pull up or whatever, we instantly get in there, y'all. It's niggas galore. Like, everybody up in there, right? So it's like,
okay, second red flag, right? Remember when I said she didn't know nobody here, right? But I always used to post all my friends on my social media and stuff, right? So it's kind of like people who watch me, they knew them as well, right? So why the world we get in there and so Terrio talk about, hey, yeah, you got this Ciroc, I'm like, huh? Because like I said, she didn't drink the Ciroc. So I'm like, what? It was just weird. Y'all, they was talking to each other the whole time. That's why she was going so hard about getting that.
3 people on the couch, they playing the game, but we all sitting like in this like room that's like a smaller room, kind of like a room that they probably gave them specifically for this or whatever. So then Terrio sitting at the head, and then I think Terrio was kind of older than everybody in the room. Probably why he used to tell them what to do, and they used to kind of be like brainwashed by him a little bit, which was kind of weird. That was a turn off too. So anyway, 3 people on the couch, Terrio sitting right here, and probably like 3 other people on the other side. But it was like a lot of seats in here, so everybody had somewhere to sit. So then we came in, it was like, hey, y'all, what's up? So a couple people knew me from school or whatever, right? And it was cool, but a few of them was trying to act like they probably didn't because of Terrio or whatever. But it was a few of them in there that was in my inbox. If not then, but they are now. So, yeah, so I'm like, I'm looking around, I'm trying to sit. He was like, so he go Terrio. Terrio used to do this thing where he tried to always be mean to me in front of his friends. He was like, what, you gonna just stay in there? You gonna stay in there? Come sit beside me. I'm like, okay, I'm coming or whatever, right? And so another person that was in there that went to school with me or whatever, right? He had a girlfriend and a baby or whatever. So the girlfriend was like there as well. So she's sitting over there to the side, but she not saying anything. Like, she being quiet or whatever. And she was like, well, I'm about to leave because I got to go do this and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay, go. That's what the person that she was with, her baby daddy, said, right? So she was like, don't do that. I'm going to be back later. Like, don't get in here and try to get Getty and all of this, right? Because basically she looking at the girl that I bought as like a single person. So really, so it was funny because Skunks was like going to have dibs on whoever was there, right? So the girl like kind of eyeing her like, and so is Terrio cousin, because Terrio had this cousin whose baby daddy was also in my inbox, but not at this point in life, but later in life was in my inbox. I don't know, I didn't need to say it, but I just have to say that. I just gotta say it. Anyway, so she was looking at who I bought as well crazy too. So she was kind of looking at Skunk crazy too, because she like, oh, what's going on? Like, we don't know who these people are. So anyway, we all getting there, we sitting down, like everybody, they kind of like smoke. At this time I didn't smoke. So Terrio ended up asking, I was finna say that girl name. Terrio ended up asking the girl that I'm with, Skunk, like, do you smoke or whatever? She was like, yeah, I smoke a little bit, but I don't really smoke like that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so she was like, yeah, I smoke a little bit. So anyway, they passed the blunt to her, right? And she's smoking it. They smoking it. They smoking it. And like, I'm just looking at all their mouths. It is just like, I don't know. If it's like, if the blunt got 10 or more people on it.
I didn't smoke, no way.
Just pass me. You know, like, like, oh my God, just forget me. I really don't want it no more. Like, too many mouths. 5 people is enough, but about 10.
Scared, it's bad. Ebola's gonna kill us all day.
That's just too many. Like, herpes. Anyway, so yeah, so they all just smoking it. Everybody like getting high. Everybody laughing. It's faded, y'all. Like, it's just so much like going on, right? So then Terrio started talking to me. He was like, but yeah. He was like, why you always playing with me? And something about Terrio, y'all. Let me just get this out the way. Terrio was a person, when I leave, a whole paragraph on Snapchat or to my phone at the time. I love you, like, I want to marry you, this and this, like, da-da-da-da. It almost seemed like copy and paste shit off of the internet. You get what I'm saying? And they used to be so, like, can you get it from the dome? Anyway, so he like, yeah, so why you be playing with me? Like, you be playing a lot of games and this and this. But I'm noticing, like, he talking loud enough for everybody to hear him. And it's just kind of like, it's so loud in there that I know, like, but you're talking louder than everybody else just so they can hear you or whatever, right? So I'm just like, ain't nobody be playing with you. Like, I just be, you know, reciprocating energy or whatever. I'm not, like, gonna be chasing you, gonna be doing all this. He was just like, what? I don't nobody want you to, this what you be, that's what I be saying. You always running your mouth or whatever, right? And I'm just like, what you mean? And he was like, and why you be hanging around Suki? I was like, because Suki, we just be hanging out. He was like, and where y'all be going? I'm like, none of your business, though. Don't be worried about where we be going. To see niggas. Anyway, so he was just like, okay. And so by this time, this boy had brought up something. And so, like, he brought up this something. I was just like, why would you bring it up? It blew my vibe a little bit. Like, now I'm looking at you sideways. Because a little bit I done caught contact. And now I'm looking at you sideways. He was like, remember that time we was on the bus? And like, he brought up this time where one time we was all on the bus and my mama drove the bus or whatever, right? So he brought up this time like where people start throwing shit on the bus, and my mama tried to stop it, and everybody just kind of like retaliated or whatever, and they never stopped. Like, they just never did. And I was just kind of like, oh, Lord, I'm finna have to get jumped on the behalf of my mama, because what the world? Like, the whole bus had just retaliated. And I don't feel like it was just on me and my mom. It was on, like, these kids is bad as hell type thing, right? He was like, yeah, remember they did that? And I was like, I do remember when they did that, but why the fuck would you bring that up? So everybody was like, damn, like, what's on? He just only said this. And I'm just like, but who the hell want to hit it? I was like, that's a time where I really felt like, is these kids finna jump us? Because, like, by the end of the thing, one girl had started cussing my mama out. And I'm just like, but she did all that when she got off the bus. So it was just like, you kind of got to take it. Because where we were, they all stick together like this. And it was just kind of like, oh, well, like, let that bitch talk. Long as she don't hit us. You know, so it was just like, why would you bring that up? So anyway, I'm irritated about that. So Terrio like, just calm down. It ain't that deep or whatever. He was like, yeah, but I love Miss, what's her name though? He said my mama last name. This where it get weird. And this where I kind of knew like niggas ain't shit. So why the world he brings up, we already had talked about this, right? Why the world he brings up, Terrio says, guess y'all, guess who she tried to just bring over here? Guess who she brought over here? So everybody was like, who? Like, because I had told him I was going to try to bring such and such, right? Because I kind of felt like it was going to be multiple dudes over there. So I was kind of like trying to fill the room of like how he felt about her coming over there, right? So I was like, he was like, she tried to bring Suki, y'all. So everybody in unison like, man, don't bring that hoe over here. This. And and da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, all right, y'all, not too much on my friend. It was like, man, she ain't nobody damn friend. And I was just kind of like, don't talk about my friend like that. Anyway, I was just like, yeah, but change the subject. And then, so here come, Skunk. Skunk, like, yeah, I be trying to tell her that that's not her friend, but she don't want to listen to me. To me, I kind of felt like Skunk and Suki was like the same. Like, they were really here with it. Except, like, Skunk had a job, but really, technically, they were here in here. They were neck and neck. Because Skunk, you never really had any money either like that. Like, some days you did, but, like, that next day it was going to be completely gone. But anyway, so I was just like, girl, hush. Like, why you on that side? She was just like, yeah, I can't stand her either. Like, remember that day she did this? And remember that day talking about the dumbass time that we all went out for my birthday or whatever, right? So they was like, yeah, but that's her little friend. Terry was like, yeah, she's stupid for that even being her friend or whatever, right? Because this was during the time, like, I don't think I think I did know that Suki was talking to Sausage on the low, remember? So I think I did know that. And he was just like, he ended up was finna like talk about that, and I was just like, I stopped him before he even started talking about it, right? So I'm just like, which was so ironic with what I'm gonna tell you, what I'm finna tell y'all next, right? So they was like, yeah, please leave her at the house, please leave her at the house. And she talked too much. So then after a while, they all like, they was like, we finna put another one in rotation. Y'all want to get in on it? Y'all want to get in on it? And so Terry was like, yeah, she don't, speaking for me, to my, yeah, she don't smoke. So I was like, yeah, I don't, but y'all can go ahead or whatever, right? And so I used to be kind of like looking crazy because my uncle used to hang out up the road. So I was like, I hope he don't come and see me in here. You know, like, I hope he, like, or, like, just riding by or see me up in here, right? Terrio ended up asking Skunk. He was like, hey, Skunk, you want to talk to, let's name him Porky. He was like, you want to talk to Porky or whatever? She was like, you know, it don't matter or whatever. Like, she's trying to act all cutesy and stuff. She was like, it don't matter. And then, so another boy, let's name him, name him. So name him like, oh, well, I talk to her. It don't matter. I could talk to her. Like, what's up with you? Like, all of them was just like, act like wonder or whatever, right? So he was just like, she was just like, it don't matter. But I kind of think she had wanted to talk to Porky, right? So she ended up talking to Porky. So Porky talking to her like, he was like, yeah, and it's back there too. Like, everything back there. And I like that about you. Like, I was feeling you when you walked through the door. And one thing about him, he used to be like a poet or whatever. So he could kind of just say some shit off the top of his fucking head. Like, I swear, like, you could get on Facebook and this nigga just be doom. Like, I used to be broke. Now I'm happy. And now I'm up. And this is it. Like, he used to just be like a lyricist or some shit, right? So that was him, right? So he was just like, yeah. It was like, yeah, but I'm really feeling you. I could really spit something about you right now. Like, I'm really feeling you. I was like, oh my God, don't start. Because y'all, when I tell y'all, he would go live and just be like, it sounded good, but it was just like, not today. Not today. Like, please, just leave it alone. Like, let it go, whatever, right? Let it go like Elsa, bitch. It was just two homeboys on the couch who ain't need no name. He started talking about this one girl or whatever, right? And so at this time, he was expressing how he date her now or whatever. So the boy was like, so here come Terrio like, I used to talk to her and her cousin still be in my inbox. That's crazy. Like, if I wanted to, I can F her right now. Like, she gonna be coming. He was like, how much you wanna bet? Put 30 on it. So I'm sitting there like, because the girl that was talking about y'all, it was just not giving. If you got a bad bitch like me sitting beside you. So it was just like, he was like, don't be getting jealous. I was like, I'm not jealous over that. But it was just like, who says that? Like, I feel like you too old. And this was one thing about Terrio. I used to feel like you too old for the shit that you be talking about. Like, Anyway, so he was just like, nah, that's my girl, and I love her, and like nobody gonna ever do this to her, or whatever. He was like, yeah, that shit, you not what I heard. Like the homie, let me call her now. Let me call little Tweet from up the street. Tweet told me last week he just had that. And I'm just kind of like, then you going kind of hard about that? Like, who cares? Who want me or whatever, right? Y'all, so right when he was talking about, like, all this about taking the girl and all that, somebody bust through the door, like, out of nowhere. Everybody shook. And they shook harder than me because they all was high, right? So somebody bust through the door and was like, hey, Porky, where my $30 that you owe me for last week? I need my 30 right now. And so, like, I kind of inch up out my seat. So Terrio kind of grabbed me like, it's good, you good. Like, that nigga know what's up. He know that his beef is with Porky and nobody else in here. He know what's up, right? So then I was just like, oh. So I'm listening to them. He was just like, you owe me 30? I need all my 30. Are you not catching no ride with me to work on Monday morning? I promise you that you will be walking to that place. He was like, you not riding with me. He was like, give me my money. So then Ontario was like, you could have just pulled him to the side, bro, and told him that you owe him that money. Like, you ain't had to pull up in here and do all of that. He was just like, but nah, Terrio, I need my money now. Terrio was like, hey, man, don't come in here with that. Like, my girl in here and all this. I'm like, yo, girl, I thought you just wanted it. He was like, don't be coming here with all that. Just pull him to the side. Like, y'all, he was like, Porky, go outside and talk to this man because he tripping right now. Like, he doing too much. He was like, and then so they walked out. It was like, yeah, he tripping. I was like, yeah. Terrio like, I'm high as hell. This nigga going I don't think a bitch trying to raid this bitch. Cause y'all, they had like it in rotation. Y'all, that is not the end of the stories about Terrio, y'all. The stuff with Terrio used to piss me off. Terrio used to have me in shit as well. Like, I don't know who was worse, Terrio or Sausage, but probably Sausage. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, that was crazy. And they outside, so you could hear them like having a commotion outside or whatever. But I felt like I just didn't understand. I just feel like niggas be trying to show it in front of women. Because if it was just guys in there, he would have never did that. Because that guy saw us from across the street. So I don't know why he waited until this time to come. He saw us when we pulled up. So it was just weird. So anyway, we started talking. Like, I do feel like Terrio could be very sweet, but it just like, I don't know, like when he had an entourage and stuff, it just used to be too much. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you type thing. Like, and what was crazy is later on, y'all, the story time's over. I just had to get like Terrio. I had to get Terrio in to give y'all like hint of like what Terrio is going to be about. But Terrio, what's crazy is later on when me and Skunk stopped talking, Terrio was telling me like, oh, Skunk tried to get in my inbox. Skunk wanted me. Like, I could have F Skunk if I wanted to. And it was just kind of like, do you want a cookie, bitch? Like, what? Like, you doing too much. But it was just kind of like, you too old for that. And Terrio had kids. Like, how with kids acting like this? I don't know, like, who does that. But anyway, that's it for this story time. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And click the post notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post. I love you.